out in Facebook world. Today's topic is fear of failure. Now, I'm talking about fear of failure because if you caught me yesterday, kind of epiphany on me of a motivation Monday, basically. Hi guys, hi ladies. Of how we get stuck in modes and don't move and stop doing. And I basically said, an object that goes in motion stays in motion, that kind of thing. So if you need motivation to move, well, motivation came to mind. Motivation came to mind because I was thinking about this fear of failure. Now, first of all, let's decide, what is fear? Fear is an emotion that of, I don't know, an emotion believing that something or something's going to hurt you, harm you, be dangerous. That's fear, right? Now, failure is the perception that you didn't accomplish something. So fear of not accomplishing something. We all have fears of that nature. We all have this desire to not fail and to succeed in everything we do. Now, here's the thing about failure. Failure is the greatest lesson you can ever have. I mean, like I always say about children, if they were adults and thought like adults, they would never start walking, right? Fail, stand up, fall down, crawl, stand up, fall down. It's how humans are geared. We're geared to learn through failure. Think about the times when you learned how to ride a bike, a skateboard, a car. You failed. You failed miserably when you crashed and scraped up your knees, right? It's how we learn. So, as adults, we have to reimagine that we are children and try not to avoid failure, because the avoidance of failure causes the avoidance of life. It helps us not accomplish anything. It helps us stick in our ruts and not move, because the fear of failure is very strong. No one wants to get hurt, right? No one wants to die. So we get stuck in this box of, I have to keep myself as safe as possible. And that's that whole thing where I talk about the It's Not Luck, Overcoming You book that I wrote. It's not luck. People don't succeed in life or find their beach house that they sit on every, they go on vacations and hang out. You look, wow, they're so lucky. No, they worked for it. And I bet you, almost guarantee, anyone you consider successful has failed multiple times. Just look at, Einstein and Tesla and whomever. All the bigwigs have failed a lot. You need to be willing to fail. Now, when I talk about overcoming you and achieving your dreams don't have to be, I want to be, in Congress, or it could be, I just want peace of mind and to know that my family is being taken care of. I'd like to not work 80 hours a week in my lifetime. That's my goal. Your goals can be anything you want them to be. It could be, I want to be the best mom ever, or I want to be the best dad ever. Whatever you want, it's all in here that you have to overcome it. You see, our perceptions, hi Sheila, our perceptions are what hold us back. Now, I talk about this whole fear of failure. Now, fear is this giant circle of inadequacy is basically what it does. It forces you to enact, to not act, and then to not experience things, and basically causes you to believe you're unable to. That is what fear does to you. Now, do you want to hold on to that? Do you want to hold on to that fear, whatever irrational fear or your perceived rational fear is? What one step can you do to get through it? Because if that one thing is holding you back, something as simple as, let's say with me, can I think of something? I was afraid that people would laugh at me the first time I would go on stage, the first time I started talking. And what I found out was, it's okay. Half the time I'm laughing at me. Don't take yourself so seriously. So that's the other thing. Don't be afraid to make mistakes. It's part of our growing process. If you want to move from point A to point B, you've got to be willing to make a couple of mistakes or two. And the thing is they're not failures if you're learning from them. If you adjust your sails and then set back out again. It's all about perception. And I'm a big person on perception because it's what you anticipate. See, when you think of fear, you anticipate the worst that's coming. Try an experiment and anticipate what would be the best thing to happen. And run out the scenarios of possible outcomes of the good ones. Don't focus on the bad. Bad. Good and bad is all perception too. So focus on the things that you would really, really like to get to whatever you want, to get past your fear. And you'll find that you can accomplish a heck of a lot more than you give yourself credit for. It's an amazing thing. Now here's the thing. Like attracts like. If you always anticipate the worst to come or a negative response, I can guarantee you will get that. But if you anticipate a positive response or a better, happier end game for you in whatever quest you have, you're going to get closer to what you want. If not, get what you want. You get what you want. So if you can say all the positive you want on the outside, but on the inside you're going, not going to happen. Nope, never going to happen. But I'll smile about it. You're not going to get it. The outside you doesn't get what you want. It's the inside, your brain. Work on that. Work on the attitude. Change that attitude to positives, and you'll see more positive come towards you. So fear of failure. It's human nature to be afraid of failing. But it is in your control to change that. Take one small step every day towards whatever you want. Think positive thoughts. Try to force yourself to not think on the negative. Ooh, what could happen? And practice. And you'll be a much, much more content human being. So, I will see you next week, Wednesday, unless I pop on and do some live somewhere the rest of the week. This Friday, KCMJ, I have Bob and Nancy Kittredge of Kittredge Connection on my radio show on KCMJ 93.9, noon Mountain Time. You can listen in on the TuneIn radio app. And what else? I think that's it. So next week, I'll see you on Wednesday unless I pop on somewhere on Facebook land. And please put a follow so you can find me on Facebook Lives whenever I pop on. And that would be awesome because I think I'm tying things together a little bit more than I used to. I'm learning. I'm growing. I'm stepping out of my ruts and I'm growing into my fears and out of my fears. Have a great week and I'll talk to you soon. Ooh, let me do something fancy. Here's this one.